All right, thank you. I didn't get stabbed on stage, but there was a guy with a Bowie knife that came to a show. That was a little weird. But Sterling, Illinois, how are you? Oh my goodness. I got to admit, I had a college roommate that told me he was from Sterling. And it's like, oh, it's just a small town. So I didn't know what to expect coming up here. I thought it was just going to be like one stoplight and maybe a Casey's if I was lucky. But you guys have a Culver's across the river. You guys Midwest made it. Like, congratulations. Oh, no, this is a nice little city. I came up here early. I was just kind of looking around and stuff. And I'm in the market for a new car, so I actually went to a dealership and I test drove one that I'm looking at, but it's a manual. And I get it, though. Like, I understand why you ladies prefer hand jobs to blow jobs. Like, that thing's a lot of fun to play with. It's just a lot to put in your mouth. I mean, some of those shift knobs are what, like 2-3 inches? That's huge, right? Right? Okay. I'm really glad that my parents aren't here to listen to me tell a blowjob joke. They've been married for 40 years, so my dad would just be like, "What's a blowjob?" It's what I should have been. But no, I could never drive a manual car. And before anybody starts in with like, "Oh, you can't drive a stick shift," yeah. But I also know I'd forget to set the parking brake. And I live on a hill. And the last thing I need one morning running late for work is to, get out of my house and see my car's not there because it decided to listen to Juveniles back that ass up into a telephone pole. I have enough self-esteem issues as it is. Like, I don't need a car that can commit suicide. Don't need another reason to take a bath with the old air fryer. I know that's a taboo joke. Like, I could do it the old-fashioned way with like a toaster or a radio. But I'm a millennial. We like our air fryers. Plus, if I'm going to cook myself, I'm going to do it, in half the time and save the calories. I told that joke to my therapist the other day, and he's like, "Dude, you have an unhealthy relationship with food." And I was like, "Yeah, but I don't need some doctor to tell me it's unhealthy to spend $80 on DoorDash." Like, I get that I weigh as much as 2 of them, but why is Five Guys so damn expensive? My therapist has been helping me out, though. He's been helping me. Like, I've been having trouble, like, falling and staying asleep. Like, no matter how tired I am, at the end of the day, I rest my head on the pillow and I just start thinking of weird-ass questions like, why do penguins exist? Like, they're cute, and in most movies they teach us how to tap dance, but like, what do they do for the planet? Side note, if you've ever seen the movie Happy Feet, the female penguin played by Brittany Murphy has no reason to be as stacked as she is. Like, those are true double Ds on a fucking cartoon character. Like, it gives Lola Bunny a run for her money. Like, I know penguins are from Antarctica, but I'm about to Antarctic a penguin down, if you know what I'm saying. R.I.P. Brittany, by the way. But he was telling me, to help fall asleep, like, see something in your room and, like, focus on that and repeat that word over and over again, like a chair, a desk, a lamp. And I thought I was going to therapy, not shopping at IKEA. Like, oh, I'm looking for a shrink. Well, we call it a crimpa, and it's right next to kitchenware. But I told that to my sister, and she goes, oh, I do the same thing. Like, when I'm having trouble falling asleep, like, I close my eyes and I see darkness. Like, I see black, and, I just repeat, black, black, black. And I tell you what, it works. Like, I have never fallen asleep faster watching basketball. Like, oh my gosh. I used to think that the Sunday at the Masters was like the best sports nap of the year, but now it's just like a Tuesday night NBA on TNT. Big boy is right to sleep. I need to stop making the fat jokes. I know I've actually been losing weight. Thank you for not clapping at that, because you guys don't know if it's 100 pounds or if it's just the massive shit I took earlier. But like, I have some clothes now. Like, I have some shirts that are a little too big, where if I were to bend over, like, this table would get a show. It's just too bad nobody really wants to see the cleavage of a hairy B cup. But I still have some work to do. Like, as a bigger guy, like, I know that it's still tough for me to fit into things, like friend groups. It wasn't the reaction I thought I was going to get. All right. No, my friends actually aren't bad. It's their kids that are dicks. Yeah, like my friend's son. I love this kid to death. He's my favorite person in the world right now. But he came up to me the other day and he puts his hand on my stomach and he goes, "Willie, you need to take a magic potion to lose that big fat belly." Have you ever had to look a 5-year-old in the eye and say, "I can't afford cocaine"? Sterling, Illinois, you guys have been great. My name's Willie Harms. Have a good night.